So your order for the first heat today for your heavyweights is Hassan Zafar, Saul Gregory, Ashley Mayston-King, Haiden Harris, James Clare, Alex Haig, Adam Thompson, Jack Metcalf, Lewis Jolly, Colin Marshall, Jamie Moore, Xiaofeng Yang. Then we've got Carl Simmons, Simon Fulton, and Andy Leicester. Then we've got Ian Wilson, Arthur Bennett, Ian Simpson, and James Larson. So all marshals have cleared the grid. It's time to watch the lights. Visors down. It's time to let the race begin for your heavyweights. First race of the day. And Hassan Zafar's gone defensive straight his way. And it looks like Saul has got a much better start than he's already signaling working together. And Ashley Mayston-King makes a diving move round the first corner, putting all down to third. But can he hold it as they head through the winding section of Brian's Bend? No, he can. He manages to keep it there in fourth place with James Clare just right behind him as they head now into St John's. Hassan Zafar still out in front. Saul has got a driver just behind him. It is closing up into that toe there as they head into the centre S's. It's too wide just behind them. Lots of traffic as they head through there, meaning the top 5 runners are able to pull away a little bit as they head into the Dunlop chicanes, and right behind them is going too wide. Are they going to make it through the slotting in just about, just to make sure there isn't a crash like we had in that race there just before with our lightweights and juniors. As we head down to Gaswork Bends, the top 3 are trying to see if there's any space, but it doesn't look like there's any room for them just yet. As Hassan Zafar is managing to pull a little bit of gap. It looks like Saul Gregory is having to defend a little more than he would like to here, but right behind all that 3 there, we've got Ashley Mayston-King and James Clare as they come around Paddock Bend, all in that toe of Hassan Zafar, who moves straight across the track to the right hand side as they head into turn 1. Saul Gregory is getting pushed along by Haiden Harris there as they head down through to the dog's leg there at the bottom. It looks like Hassan Zafar does have a little bit of gap, and Haiden Harris is pushing Saul Gregory through that third corner there as they head down into St John's. That little tap there though has created a little bit of a gap. That car that Haiden Harris is driving is all over the bumper of Saul Gregory. For them to keep battling, Ashley Mayston-King will be back on the scene. And if them three keep battling, then James Clare will be back on the scene. A bit further down the pack, I believe Jamie Moore is currently in a battle with Xiaofeng Yang there. They're going to the side as they come out of the centre S down into the Dunlop chicane. Are they going to back out? It looks like Xiaofeng is having to back out there as Jamie Moore, he tries, but Xiaofeng has gone down the inside as they head down the back straight, heading into Gasworks there. He's currently out in front. Can he manage to slot back in front? No, he can't. Xiaofeng Yang manages to hold that as Jamie Moore gets pushed out of the Gasworks there as they head into the horseshoe. We look back at the front of the grid, there's some contact warnings getting shown, but Hassan Zafar is still your leader, followed by Saul Gregory, who currently is getting a move made on by Haiden Harris. He goes slightly wider, trying to get that better exit as they head through the winding sections at the top of here at Karting North East at Warden Law. They head down through to the Dog's Leg into St John's. He's pushing Saul down to St John's. He's going to have to make a move soon because now Ashley Mayston-King has joined the battle for second. As we're heading into the centre S's, through goes Haiden Harris to make a move, driving Saul Gregory down into third place, and Ashley Mayston-King nearly tries to capitalise on it, but has to go slightly wider as there's just not enough room on the track. And look who's joined the party. Is that James Clare, I see? It is! As we head down the back straight, Hassan Zafar has now made a substantial gap because of all that battling happened there with Haiden Harris, and Haiden Harris has really managed to pull away to Saul Gregory as he's had to go defensive to try and back off the fighting from Ashley Mayston-King. But James Clare really needs to move forward as right behind him, Colin Marshall is about to be all over the bumper of him, including Alex Haig and Lewis Jolly. So we're heading down back to the running order. They're all moving across to defend. Every single driving diagonally down the Conrod Straight. That's not very straight to me. As we head down to the winding sections here at Warden Law, it's still single file. They're pushing each other down, and Hassan Zafar has lost some time to Haiden Harris, who has gained in that slipstream toe as they headed down the Conrod Straight. And Saul Gregory is getting pushed by Ashley Mayston-King as they head down into St John's. Saul has had to go defensive, heading to centre S's. Ashley goes to the outside, James goes to the outside, and Colin sends it down the inside, makes contact as they head into centre S's. And James Clare adds more contact, pushing him wide, dropping him all the way down the order as they head into the Dunlop chicane. James is going to have to slot in somewhere here, otherwise there will be another big crash. And look at that lead out in front because of all that chaos there. In front, we do have Hassan Zafar pulling away, saying blinding lap times, but not the fastest lap time on track. That's currently set by Lewis Jolly with a 1 minute 7.918. As they're heading round the horseshoe here, you've got Hassan out in front, Haiden in second, Saul with a little bit of a gap behind that. Then after that, there's an absolute train of drivers that were involved in all that chaos there with James Clare. Your current order for that though goes Alex Haig, Colin Marshall, Lewis Jolly, Adam Thompson, James Clare, Kyle Simmons, Simon Fulton, Ashley Mayston-King, Jack Metcalf, Charles Feng, Andy Leinster, Ian Wilson, Ian Simpson, and then is that Ashley Mayston-King dropped down there? That looks like a timing issue there. I believe it is. He must have been involved in that instant earlier because he's currently at the bottom of my timesheet, 16th. There he is, heading to centre rest, so he must have been involved in that carnage that happened with James Clare early when they both dropped down. It looks like it was actually Ashley Mayston-King who fared off worst in that whole incident. As we look back to the front of the field, there's a huge gap between second and third and fourth, but out in front, that gap could not be any closer. Hassan Zafar has got Haiden Harris all over the back of his car as they head round Paddock Bend onto the main straight. Haiden is going to have all that tow, all that power from the car. It's a perfect exit from in. Hassan is nodding his head. He's bowing down, trying to get any sort of slipstream, punch a hole in the air, but he can't as they head round the winding section. Haiden Harris is pushing him all the way down to the dog's leg. I think the working together is starting to go out the window as there is not much left in this race. About 5 minutes to go, which is about 5 laps here around at Warden Law.
I just got bumped through
Saul
there,
Gregory is still out in third, but he does seem to be dropping into that pack ever so slightly, which is Alex Haig right to the front of the train, followed by, I believe, Lewis Jolly, Colin Marshall, Adam Thompson, and then James Clare from the incident earlier is where he slots it back in. But down the inside, I do believe that's Adam Thompson trying to make a move, or it might be Lewis Jolly actually, as they head too wide into the Dunlop chicane, pushing them slightly further back. This is what Saul wants to hear. Saul wants to know that everyone right behind him is swapping and changing because that gap is getting ever so big. But out in front is that Hassan Zafar nearly losing the place. He nearly did. Haiden Harris trying his best as they come around the paddock bend there, taking it ever so tight, so he's following that slipstream all the way down. Is going to be Hayden's chance to make a move. That gap is closing as they head towards the first corner. He goes wide, trying to get a better exit, following them all the way down to the dog's leg. Are they going to be able to do anything? Haiden Harris leans out, trying his best to get everything out of that car as he pushes Hassan Zafar down to St. John's. He goes slightly wider once again, but there's nothing he can do. Is that Haiden Harris going around the outside? It is indeed. Hassan Zafar takes the inside line, tries to bend. Haiden Harris tries to stick with it. There's not much he can do. The centre S's twist back on themselves, meaning he can't get through. But as he heads into the Dunlop chicane, they're nearly bumper to bumper. He's trying his best. He's going to have this long back straight that isn't so straight, so there will be a gap when they get to the end of it. He's going to put a nose in there. Can he make it? He tries to go wider. Hassan defends once again, allowing Haiden Harris to take the corner extremely wide, which will benefit him as he starts to come round the horseshoe section here, heading into Paddock Bend. Can he do anything? He goes wider. He takes that cleaner exit. He slightly taps him, I think, coming out of that corner there. But he's basically pushing Hassan Zafar down the main straight, and he's going to be on him by the first corner. Again, he goes wide. Hassan defends. Is there anything this man can't do? Well, Haiden Harris can't overtake. That's what he can't do right now. But right behind him, oh my goodness me, Saul Gregory, you are on the choo-choo train right now. Look at that train you've got going right behind you, and I believe the order is Lewis Jolly right behind you, and then Colin Marshall is all over the back of them. That's 3 of them trying to take each other at St. John's there. Saul goes for the inside, which allows, I believe, Colin Marshall to follow him through. Saul is sitting in the middle of the track, and that's Lewis Jolly that is the second in command of that train. It's allowing James Clare to try and catch up to the back of that pack, but it doesn't look like that gap is closing so much. He needs some chaos. He needs something to happen as there is only 3 minutes left of this race here as they head down into Gasworks. It's still single file, but slightly wide does the driver of Kyle Simmons. He tries to make a move there. He did make a move on the last lap, making up a position up into 8th place. It's single file coming around Paddock Bend. Anything they could do? Anyone, please? so I can talk about something. Oh, they're trying. Here we go. I asked and they delivered. They tried to go too wide there. Alex Haig has dropped down on that train. They're going too wide into the first corner there. 3 of them battling for that position as they head through Brian's Bend down into the dogleg. And out in front, Hassan Zafar is also having to hold on for dear life. Just like Saul Gregory, there is a train forming. Hassan Zafar for the past few laps has not looked straight for most of his lap. He's looking behind. He's seeing where Haiden Harris is, just like Saul Gregory. Is that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 cars behind Saul Gregory? I hope they're all paying their ticket fare. With only 2 minutes left of this race here, Saul is trying his best to keep them as they head through the Dunlop chicanes. They're heading down the back straight. It looks like he's getting a little bit of a push from Lewis Jolly as they head into Gasworks. Has Lewis Jolly managed to get a nose in? He hasn't. It's still single file. And James Clare looks like he loses the position. He loses 2 and is at the back of this train here. It looked like he nearly made a move, got some decisions, but he's lost it again as he heads through the horseshoe here. James is on the inside, which puts him on the outside, ready for the next corner. It looks like we've got about 1 minute 30 to go here. Is that Lewis Jolly trying to overtake round the outside? It is indeed. Can he hang in there as he heads into the winding section? I think he can, but it will put him on the outside this next corner if he does not dart across. And he's on the outside, meaning Saul Gregory, once again, the ticket master on this train, is holding his position. It's going too wide right behind him into St. John's, which might allow Alex Haig to capitalise here. It's nearly 3 wide, going to the centre. S's Colin Marshall moves to the inside, and there's Alex Haig trying to make a move, doesn't manage to make it sick. And on the inside is Lewis Jolly, managing to reclaim that position right behind Saul Gregory there. We've got about 55 seconds left on the clock, so this next lap, I believe, will be their last lap as they head down into the Gasworks. Up ahead, though, as we're heading to the horseshoe side by side, is Haiden Harris. He's trying his best. He's tried everything during this race. Oh, and he goes for a move. He hasn't tried that into Paddock Bend. He's made the move, and he's made it stick. He's now going to have to get pushed on the straight, but Hassan Zafar moves to the inside. It looks like it was a bit of a dodgy move, and he's waved him back through on the last lap of this race. Was that a wise move? Should he have chanced it? We'll find out by the end of this lap as we follow Hassan and Haiden round down into St. John's. Haiden is not going to have much left to do here. There's 10 seconds on the clock, which by my count means this will be the last lap of the race. Hassan throws his hands in the air out of some sort of disappointment, but he shouldn't be disappointed because he's still out in front. And right behind him we also have Saul Gregory commanding that train, keeping Lewis Jolly on, keeping Colin Marshall on. He should be able to hold it to the end as they're all battling between him, but out in front as we look forward. We still have Haiden Harris trying to make a move down into Gasworks. He gets sent wide, so it's going to have to go around the outside. There's not much he can do there as he follows into the horseshoe. There's some signalling from Hassan Zafar there. He's trying his best to hold on to this position as they head round Paddock Bend. It looks like we might have one more lap of this race. Oh no, there we go. That is it. Hassan Zafar managed to keep Haiden Harris off him. And in third, who is going to make it to the line, is a dancing run. And it is Saul Gregory, followed by Lewis Jolly, Alex Haig, Colin Marshall, Adam Thompson, Kyle Simmons, Jack Metcalf, Simon Fulton, James Clare, Xiao Feng Yang, Ashley Mayston-King, Ian Simpson, Andy Leicester, Alfie Bennett, Ian Wilson, Jamie Moore, and James Larson. Wow, what an ending to that race. Well done. That was very impressive. You held that the whole race pretty much, didn't you?
Thank you very much. It was a pretty close battle between me and Haiden. I knew he was going to be quick. He's always quick around this track, and he had the car hard in quali. So, yeah, it was a good battle. To be fair, I was surprised he pulled the gap because I was defending quite hard. But I guess Saul behind was defending quite hard.
It was Saul went full defensive. So you pulled that gap early on. You team seemed to pull away and work together, which worked really well. So congratulations to you both. I've got to run because I've got a race to commentate. So well done.
Thank you.